What is up, guys? Heath with Lake Champlain Sanitation here. On today's video, we are going to be going through our 2024 equipment tour. This is going to be through every single piece of equipment we have. We're going to explain what we use it for, when we bought it, roughly how long we plan on keeping it, how much each piece of equipment cost, really get into the nitty gritty. If this is your first time on the channel, guys, and you like this content, be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Channel's growing every week as we're making these videos again, so huge thanks to that. We're about to hit 20,000 subscribers. Big shout out to you guys that have been following the channel for a couple years now. We are a junk removal, dumpster rental business up here in upstate New York. If you guys don't know, couple person company just trying to make a living, and gonna show you guys the equipment we do that with today. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Now, our hook lift truck, guys, is a 2022 F600. She's warming up right now, so there's going to be a little bit of background noise, but this is a gas 7.3 liter swap loader system for the hook lift. It's an SL 145, and then as we said, this is a F600 XL trim. In 2022, this was like the I believe 17 up to 2023 body style on the inside. Does have power windows on it, power locks. We'll hit our button here, show you guys the miles. We're at 44,500 miles as of today on this rig, and we do grease on a bi-weekly basis. We do oil every few thousand miles. We're about to get the transmission fully flushed out by the dealership, and we got these tires on it, still pretty good tread. That is the only upgrade we've done to the truck since we bought it, and we did that around 32,000 miles. Still has original steers on this rig. So we acquired that truck, guys. I bought the F600 back in October of 2022. There's some videos about the build on the channel, and we built the truck for just under $100,000. This truck has brought in multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. It is paid off. As we've said in other videos, we did pay this truck off relatively quickly. Part of that was due to we had a roll-off trailer setup that we started with. I bought that, ran that for like a year and a half, 2 years, paid that off, sold it all, put half down on this truck, and then was able to pay the rest of it off in just under a year. So F600's paid off, and with that, we also have 8 open top roll-off dumpsters, and then a enclosed dumpster, which is what I'm going to show you next, and then 2 7x14 dump trailers that we can rent as dumpsters, but we also use for our residential weekly pickups. So I do have a few dumpsters in the yard right now. Up here, I'm surprised there's no snow. February is when we're making this video. 15-yard containers, guys. A couple of them are from Bucks Fabricating down in PA. A couple of them are from my buddy Dan at Friesen's Welding. I know some of you guys have reached out to him about containers, and this one here is going out on rent as we speak. So that's going to head down there. And roughly at the time of this video, when I bought these containers, all of our dumpsters are paid for, and they were roughly, I bought some during COVID, so I'm gonna say they're on a rough scale delivered of $4,500 to $6,000. And again, that's delivered. The cans were $3-4 grand, but then I only bought them a couple at a time, so there was a lot of shipping. Now this fella here, we custom kind of made with, it's enclosed. There's some pressure treated up front, and this was a backup for our garbage route. We can put cardboard in here. This is also a 36-inch hook, and it's fully enclosed with a roof. And like I said, this is more of a backup now. Use it for junk removal if we need to haul regular trash, or if for some reason someone wants a covered rental for garbage, if it's going to be a rainy weekend or something, we do have this option. But it's mainly a backup for pickups of junk removal if we can't do it with the trailers or an open dumpster, or our residential weekly pickups. This whole setup all in was roughly $6,500. We did all the roof and everything ourselves. All right, guys, so we're on site right now. Just dropped off this container. Guy's gonna be cleaning out this warehouse this week. We're gonna go back to the shop. We're gonna talk about the dump trailers, what we use those for, garbage cans, all that good stuff. And we got one more dumpster to go pick up, so we'll show you guys that. And yeah, then we'll keep going with the equipment tour. All right, guys, so we got container number 2. This was luckily only about 6 miles away from the container that I just dropped off, so save some gas. This guy's all loaded on the truck. Didn't want to be right up on the customer's house videotaping, but yeah, we're all loaded on and ready to bring this to the shop. There's a little bit of metal in it that we'll take out for scrap and then head to the landfill later on. So in certain situations, guys, if a customer's got metal, we ask them to place it right on top and we'll take it for free in the winter, only because we have to basically bring these dumpsters inside to let them thaw out sometimes. So decent little pile of scrap metal here that we save and then bring to the scrapyard for just a little bit extra money. Helps kind of cut down on the gas depending on, you know, where scrap's at. And sometimes you get some good stuff, sometimes you don't. Not a lot of this stuff's worth much money, but hey, makes it good for the customer, and we got to bring it inside anyway. And as long as they put it on top, we're not worried about it. So we're gonna move on, guys, to the new F-250 that's here with the dump trailer. Tyler is out with the 2022 right now, but before we do, how long are we gonna keep the hook lift truck that we have? It's looking like at least another season at minimum. Realistically, I'd love to keep that truck to 100,000 miles, then trade it, sell it, what have you. That would realistically get us through most likely 2-ish more seasons, 3 more seasons. We've had it 2 full seasons already, 2.5 technically. So if I could get 4 to 5 years out of that truck, that'd be great. But if I can only get 4, that's fine. But realistically, 80 to 100,000 miles is where we're gonna be wanting to trade our hook lift truck in for something newer. So they're doing some parking lot grading, so I apologize for the background noise, but this is the new 2024 F-250, also XL trim, got some new badging on them for 2024, a little different body lines, body step, interior, if you guys are Ford guys, is much different on these trucks, gray and black, and this has 682 miles on it right now. I use this truck to handle about 100 accounts a week just to get it out and moving, but it's mainly the backup to Tyler's 2022 truck. And what I failed to mention, guys, is our hook lift truck runs 15 yard, 14 foot long dumpsters. We built that truck from a couple different places. We got a chassis out of Ohio. We got a hook lift body from Pennsylvania. We got a tarp kit out of Georgia, Harps Tarps. And then we upfitted it all together with a local shop who does like heavy equipment repair, welding, and everything like that. So to install the hook lift wasn't too hard for them. Now, as for the trucks themselves, the 2 F-250s, we'll show you the other one next. We bought those local, just at our local Ford dealer. Again, XL trims. This truck here, sticker was just over $52,000. It's a 4-wheel drive with a new 6.8 motor. So this, guys, is the trailer I use it for junk removal, use it for dumpsters. I got 2 of these that are literally identical. The only difference between the 2 trailers is we do an eye bolt here and then put these chains on and then drill through the doors and put these on, because the factory locking setup, in my opinion, is junk, and this works way better, and very rarely is that gonna break. These are 7 by 14, 14,000 pound capacity trailers by PJ. This one here got the little logo on it right there. That's from my guy in my hometown who sells PJ trailers. We bought one from him. The other trailer, guys, which is, like I said, exactly the same. They're both 2024s. Came out of a place in New Hampshire called Central New Hampshire Trailers. And then my trailer came out of a place called Rocks Trailers. So shout out to those 2 guys for hooking us up. The trailers were, the one in New Hampshire was a little cheaper, I think, because they had a special order on it and someone backed out. And I don't know what happened, but it was about $1,000 $10,000 cheaper. So realistically, between the two trailers, I've got about $25,000. One was right around 12 and one was right around 13,000 out the door with tax for these brand new dump trailers. Now, as you see on them, they say dumpster rentals, junk removal, and light hauling. We are using these in place of the Packer. And the only reason that we can do that, if you guys watched further back videos, we are all about route density. We're all about tightening up the routes, getting clean customers, clean garbage customers, bagged garbage, flat cardboard, making it super simple for us to handle. And that being said, guys, with this combination here, having two of these, we handle right around that 650 to 700 homes a week. And we're making it tighter and tighter and tighter. And how I'm able to do that is every time we'll get like a little over 700, I'll call up another local hauler and see if they want to take over the accounts, and they'll buy the garbage cans from me or whatever, and I just give them the accounts for free. So it works out pretty good, only because I want the other local haulers and myself to have a good relationship with each other and not go back to a corporation company like they could have been with before. So back inside now, guys, I'm going to show you the two different types of garbage cans we use. We've ordered them from a couple different brands over the years. The new brand we use is Otto. We used to use Cascade. Really nothing wrong with the Cascade ones. Otto, there was just a point when I was having some shipping issues, or maybe it was supply chain issues, where I couldn't get the Cascade carts as fast as I wanted. So I ended up going with Otto, had them within a couple months. Or a couple weeks, and it was really good turnaround time, and that could change now, but that's why we have two different carts. But what I like about the new carts, and you guys will see, it's got our actual logo on it. It's got like this LCS logo, and the other ones just say Lake Champlain Sanitation. Roughly 700 carts in inventory, multiple stops with 2, 3, even 4 cans. And then some customers have their own. There's probably 60 of our accounts that still have their own carts, be it they live in like a small HOA. They're not the big ones where you can like bid them, but they're like a small HOA with a few homes, and they've all been there a long time, and they don't want garbage cans outside the house unless it's pickup day, so they put a little one in their garage. Those are really the only people at this point that we don't have garbage cans out to, because we use the 96-gallon cans. So these are the Cascade carts with the old logo on them. They're a little deeper, but they're not as wide of like a top. And what I like about these new cans, the Otto cans, is the mouth part of it is much wider, and they're shallower. So they're fatter and shallower, but they're within about a gallon of each other size-wise. And the Otto carts are way easier to hand pull bags out of. And also this lip right here, makes it way easier for the cart tipper. If you do have one, like we had a cart tipper on the compactor, and if we get another one, it'll obviously have one, and we'll still have the same cans. It, is way easier to pick up. And then this is just a little higher off the ground, and it was a little harder for the cart tipper to grab. So we like to keep roughly 15 to 20 of these in stock at all times. We did just get a bid where we're gonna have 15 of these going out to one neighborhood, if you will. So a lot of these cans are going to be cleaned out, but realistically, guys, we like to stay right around that 700 customer. And a lot of you will ask, like, why don't you grow? Why don't you keep moving, buy more equipment? Failed to mention outside, and again, they're grading the parking lot, so it's kind of loud out there with the tractor. The dump trailer, paid for. The 2024 F250, literally just got that about a month ago. I think we had like 20 grand down, so we're 35,000 exactly was what I financed on that truck. Reason that we aren't growing the quote unquote, if you're like a landscaper, guys, or maybe you clean gutters, or you have some type of exterior service business, or if you're a garbage guy looking to grow your business, or a junk removal guy looking to get into the weekly carts, 700 for us at our average ticket is where I profit a salary that's very comfortable to live. One of my employees can be paid 40 hours a week, year round, whether he has to work or not. Because in the slow season of junk removal, which we do get that up here, it snows and it's cold and it's upstate New York. And I'm sure if you're from this state or this area, you experience the same thing. Dumpsters and junk removal go, gangbusters crazy in the spring, and it dies off in the winter for the most part. So 650 to 700 at our average ticket is enough to keep the lights on in here, or if we build a shop, the mortgage should be right around about what the rent is here. it was able to not only pay the truck payments, but help me pay the trucks off early. And it also is, you know, like I said, I can pay the driver really well, can pay myself moderately well. Some of my income does come from other things, but I can give myself a good enough salary to handle the logistics and the management of our recurring clients. We did just start using Jobber software. We've been using QuickBooks forever. And I've kind of automated that into where one employee pays my salary to just manage it. And then if we went any further past that, like we bought, say, 2 compactors and tried to go to 1,500 accounts, not really what I'm looking to do with a young child. My wife, I enjoy riding like dirt bikes like you see behind me. I enjoy having fun. I also enjoy if, you know, Tyler were to get sick. The route is super easy now. Like it's super easy, it's super condensed. Somebody else could do it. And I can do it myself in 4 days. And that's the other thing I failed to mention. We handle our recurring revenue 4 days a week, 52 weeks a year. It's roughly the same amount of revenue a month, give or take some people paying for the year. And I don't know, that's just the way I run it. If you guys think I should run it differently, let me know in the comments below. But remember, we do junk removal year round, but it's real busy in the spring and summer. We do roll off dumpsters, trying to get into some more of that commercial work, and realistically trying to keep the debt as low as possible, because I have plans in my personal life to actually enjoy some of the money that we've made. And I'm not all about grow, grow, grow. I'm all about grow to a certain point when you're, I don't want to say comfortable, but you're content with the income, and then start making money in other ways with the equipment that you already have, instead of potentially digging a deeper hole, higher risk, at least in the industry I'm in. All right, guys, so because the vehicles are here, my vehicle and actually my wife's car, might as well show you guys that. Not so much for a flex, but it's kind of an inspiration. I mean, they're not that nice vehicles, but they're nice to us. And when we first met, I remember, I think I was driving like a leased base model 1500 Chevy truck. I had like horrible credit. I think my lease was like $600 a month, which is crazy to think. I was like 21 years old, working the day job thing, maybe making like 50 grand a year, 45, 50 grand a year at the time. And I had a $600 a month lease, which was awesome on my part. Not really though. Here we are, fast forward a few years later. I'm driving a car. She's got her Yukon, which we'll show you guys here. And my biggest reasoning for driving the car is because we have to travel for our kids' daycare, and the 30 miles per gallon and all-wheel drive just made more sense until at least he goes to school, and then maybe I can be in a cool owner's truck again. But having a couple single cab trucks, there's really no reason for me to be ripping around a $80,000, $90,000 truck right now. So we do have the Trooper looking donut tire on it. I'll throw a picture in here. Put a tire on her nice wheels, which is currently in the back, but 2023 Yukon. She's pretty loaded up. This has got the 6.2 motor in it, and the cool leather seats that are heated and cooled, and double sunroof, the entertainment systems for when the little man's old enough. And we've had this vehicle, it'll be a year in April. Really proud. This thing's paid off too. We own this one outright. Pretty fancy. This side looks kind of goofy, but we did do like the black badges on the front, got it tinted, and this side looks a lot more like it's supposed to. So guys, I'm currently rocking this 2024 Camry XLE. All-wheel drive, gets about 30 miles a gallon on the highway, and we are traveling a lot with the little man right now. So for now, I'm ripping this. Did finance this car, hoping to pay this off in about a year or so, and year or less is the goal for the wife and I, and realistically keep this in the family as like a runner car / backup vehicle. I can drive, a work truck home if I got to do work on the house, but still nice. Got like heated seats, heated steering wheel, decent screen, black leather, stuff like that. It is the XLE model, which I guess is kind of higher up in Toyotas. I don't know much about Toyota. I just wanted a car that was comfortable, safe, and all-wheel drive, and still had way better miles per gallon than this gas hog. So Tyler approved us getting his truck on here. He's got a new I think this is a 23 Bighorn Ram 1500. I actually used to have like the exact same truck. Really nice truck. He's got the big screen in his, tinted out as well, white on, white color match bumpers, 20-inch chrome wheels. Wicked nice truck. This is his daily, and then one day a week he'll take home a truck and trailer. As for Tyler's work truck, guys, he runs the 2022 F250 XL gas job 6.2 liter motor in his truck, bed liner just like the other truck, and again, same trailer. This is the one that came out in New Hampshire. I'll flip around the camera just to show you guys those lockers that are a little different on this one, that I do like this setup. So these locks, these rings go into these right here, and they pin the door back good. We did throw a little decal action on the back of this one, so when people are behind us, they at least have the phone number. It didn't fit perfectly, but it is what it is. He's a little muddier. He went into the dump a few times today with this setup, and you know, today was a dry day on the road, so not too bad. We do have an upgraded tire on this truck. This truck, of course, has a few more miles than the 2024. Being it's a 22, I've had this for a year and a half. We're looking at, let's see here, 15,900 miles, so still super new. Identical interior, locks, everything. These things get dirty, they get sandy. We clean them every week for this reason. I mean, today's only Monday at the making of this video, so the truck's not super dirty yet, and today was dry. But all the trucks have these black platform running boards. 17-inch rims, identical on the 24 and the 22, so tires can be interchangeable if for some reason they have to be. Both trucks have the chrome grille. The only difference between the one over there is, like I said, the nose. I said in another video, the nose is a little different. That one's got fog lights, just the way the truck came, but they're pretty close to twins. And this was right around 48,000, I believe, 48,000 for this truck. Four-wheel drive, like I said, 6.2 XL trim, 2022. And then this trailer here was the one that was a little cheaper. I believe it was that one that was 13 and change out the door, and this one was right around 12 out the door. This truck fully paid off, trailer fully paid off. So pretty much the only assets, if you will, that are not real estate that I owe money on is this little guy right over here, the brand new Camry, and then the 24 truck. And in total, we're right around 60K, maybe a little less in total debt left, and that's personal and business. I think last time we talked about just business, but so in total, guys, I've got 5 vehicles registered, 2 dump trailers registered, 8 roll-off dumpsters, 1 roll-off covered container, 700 garbage cans, and then a few grand in just random tools and stuff between air compressors, jacks, all that good stuff. So you guys could do the math. It's a decent little amount of equipment, and I took it one step at a time. And showing all this off is not to flex. It's not to be, look at us. It's you can do anything you set your mind to. All right. 5 years ago, I was in law enforcement, correction officer, worked at a prison. Most of you guys know the whole story. Got out, got back to my old sales job for a few months, got on my feet. Took me like 18 months to go full in business. This is literally coming up what is it now? February? Yeah. In about 4 to 5 weeks, I will be entering my fourth year in business for myself. 6 years total. First 2 years are part-time. It was like a half a year in there, so it's like 5.5 years. But this will be my 4th year without getting a paycheck from anywhere, being completely on my own. My wife does work somewhere, full disclaimer. She's not in the business whatsoever. She has zero to do with the business. She completely does her own thing. But we make it work, guys. We're trying to raise a family, own a house, raise a family, do the whole, American dream thing. But you guys can take this, you can take these businesses regardless of what industry you're in, as aggressive as you want to where you want to get them. We're super comfortable where we are. Love making videos for you guys. Want to, get into more just like teaching you guys how to do literally exactly what we get in any industry, not just trash. I mean, you might see us branch off into a different type of channel or something, because I feel like this information can go towards any business owner. It can also go towards anyone with a job. Keeping debt low, trying to get your cash flow up, works for anybody. You guys see it all over the internet, but we are living proof that you can, take 2 early 20s kids with nothing and build it into a decent little empire by the age of 29, 30 years old, if you give yourself 4 or 5 years of head down to the grind.